Alright, so as many of you guys know, this is my Ford Barra. But we're not going to exactly talk about this today. I thought this would just be a good little centerpiece for what we're going to talk about today. It was either between this or the four-wheeler. It's just right here. I might move to it eventually, but for now, we're going to have this in the main picture. And there is a reason why. So basically, as many of you guys saw from, I think, either one or two videos ago, I was taking the four-wheeler out. We were test ripping it through the woods, and we came along, or I came along across a vehicle sitting in the woods. And I could tell it was an older Toyota. Not sure exactly what it was, but I'm like, well, I'll get a better look at it in the video, all that stuff. Went back, looked at it. It was a Corolla. I don't know much about the older Corollas and stuff. I know they are pretty rare collector's items, but that's about it I know about them. So I went out later. Hopefully I will have posted that video about me going back out to it, or I don't even remember if I was recording, honestly, now. And there's a video about it. It'll come out before this one. But I went out. I took a few photos of it. And I figured out who owned it. We figured out who owns it. So basically, if you guys watched the first video where we took this thing out for a rip, there was a gentleman that came out to see what was going on. He smelled the 100 octane, heard something running. He thought we had a huge, like, big off-road vehicle back there or something. He's like, you guys got, like, something huge back here? You can hear it from a far away. I'm like, nope, it's just a four-wheeler. But he came out, he saw this, and his son is actually the one that's riding the trails in that video. And well, I mean, if it wasn't for his son showing me the trails back through there, I wouldn't have found that Corolla. So basically what we found out, he owns that area back there. It's not his land, but it's his business and stuff back there. He owns all that, and he just parked that car out there. That was his first car he bought, and if I'm correct, it is a third gen Corolla. Now here's the only issue with it. He probably doesn't want to sell it. We're not sure. So basically, he is married to a former teacher of mine who still works at the school that my mother works at. And my mother went to talk to her, and, you know, we got a story. Oh, it's his baby. He wants to fix it up for his son and stuff, all that. And, I mean, if he does do that, freaking awesome, because this is the reason why I showed the Barra. Apparently, they're really freaking cool in Australia. I don't know why, but I googled third gen Corolla, and first thing that came up was a Australian burnout competition with it, and then another one of a drag strip, and then the third one was finally a US one, but it was with a UZ, which is, it's a UZ. I like those engines, but I mean, that just seems like a lot of engine for that car. But that's the reason why I showed the Barra off to begin with. I didn't think that this car would be like another Australian thing. Which, if I obtain this vehicle, whether it's I get to work on it for the guy, I thought about offering that for him. Seeing if he would just want me to work on it, kind of get it running and stuff. Because it's not rusted, by the way. It's very, very clean from the little bit that I looked at it. But whether it's I obtain it or I help him fix it up, it's weird because it's another Australian thing. Which I will admit, once I figured out it was like a big thing in Australia, I'm like, well, I have a big Australian engine just sitting at the house. And I'm like, no, no, that's too much for that itty bitty car. But I kind of just want to give you guys a little, I guess, update about that car. I might try to obtain it. I really want to talk to him. I want to see if he at least wants me to work on it and get it running again. I Obviously, if we go that way, I might use a little bit of my own cash just to help him out, which I know cash is a little tight for me right now, but it's a classic car. I want a classic for the channel. This would kind of give me my fixing of wanting a classic. Knowing it's not a big old American V8, it's I think a 1.8 or a 1. Is it a 1.4? I can't remember now. It's a small little 4-cylinder, but I hope something comes out of it, even if it's just me helping him out with it. Because if I can help him get it put together for his son, that would be awesome. I know he probably would want to. From what I heard, he wants to pay someone to do it. But if he does it himself with his son, I tell this to a lot of people: get a project with your kids. That's probably one of the best things you can do, honestly. But I don't want to talk about what I would do if I had that vehicle, because there's several options I have. One of them is the Barra, which I really don't want to do because it's supposed to be going in a different vehicle. But we have, I have a bunch of toys around here that we could probably do a swap with, or I can get a swap for it, or just get it running and be a good driving car. But yeah, like I said earlier, I want to give you guys a little heads up about what the situation is with it. I'll continue to look into it. Hopefully I'll get to meet him out on the trail again. Either that, or I'll see his son out on the trail. I might talk to him, might get something figured out. Ask him like, hey, I know this car's for you. Would you want someone to fix it? You want to do it yourself? All that stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tiny video. Really, that's about it. I just want to give you guys a heads up about that whole situation, and I will talk to you guys later.